Radio. My name is Tebeth and I'm your host today. And looking forward to today, I'm going to be doing a reading show on transforming your relationships through love. It's like, what's your intention? Is your intention in your communication to heal or to harm? So I'm inviting people to come in for readings. So I hope there's some people there today, right now. Just going to see who's in the comment section. No one yet. So before I get into anything, I'm just going to do a bit of housekeeping. So Angel Heart radio programs are not designed to replace any legal, medical, nor professional advice, nor your own sound judgment. Thank you. So today, communication, and especially now, good communication is always important, but with the massive change that's going on the planet, and there can be a divide of misunderstanding and, people's ideas, one versus the other, and making everyone right or wrong. It's such a powerful time to want to change that in your own world, which will then go out into the rest of the world. And that's what we need so much right now, to break down this separation and lack of connection. So in any of your relationships, whether it's a romantic relationship, family, friends, work, wherever it is, if you can start to do this now, you're doing a great service to humanity to change the energy to where we really want to go, of connection, of love, respect for everyone, and the respect of differences, of opinions and beliefs. So it's so important. Self-righteousness can be a really dangerous thing, because you're actually out of your heart space when you're in solid self-righteousness. You're not willing at times to see the other person's point of view. And so it takes great honesty to understand why you're feeling anger or resentment or whatever the feeling may be that takes you out of your heart when you want to communicate something. It takes courage to go there and what are my motives, and why do I feel I need to speak up or say something? You just need to really take the time to do this, because what will happen is you transform yourself and the energy around you and what happens around you. And if you do this with all communication or whatever you do in your life, you'll find that your life works in more harmoniously and happy, and you're happy, and you don't even often have to do anything to maybe even say anything to the other person or entity or group or whatever the situation is, because you shift your energy. That automatically goes before you and changes things. There's a method, an intention that you use, and I've used this over the years, and I have found it always works. Always. You don't know how, but you have that trust in it, and the more you do it, the more you will see it happen. And yeah, it's amazing. It still gives me great joy to watch it happen. Like, I had an event on the weekend, it was a family thing, and I felt someone hadn't been respecting me for quite a while, and I sort of understand in the background why. And I had to deal with my resentment, my anger about it, which came up, and you have to be really honest about that and deal with the feelings around that. And so then get into a genuine space of, I would really like to change this, because if I keep going with this anger and resentment, it's just going to spiral out of control and create great unhappiness, and you won't even know how far that could go. So I used that energy. Hey, Jenny. I used this intention of coming from a space that, and when I got into my heart, that I really wanted this to shift. because it not only helps me, it helps the other person. I put the intention out that I have to be clear about my boundaries and what I feel I need to say. And then if I need to say it, I will say it, but I won't be coming from that space of anger or resentment. I'm coming from a pure heart of wanting this to change for everyone. And this takes practice. Don't beat yourself up if you can't get it right first time. So I used this intention before I went that I wanted it to be a healing conversation if we had to have it. I truly wanted this to be gone, to clear it. Well, I got to the event and I didn't even have to do anything because the energy had gone before me and created a different scenario. I didn't even have to say anything. So that's the magic of this. Say it's magic, there's so many magical things. And this is about the power of transforming things with love. It really works. It's not all, rainbows and unicorns. This is powerful transformation that you can do in your life. You don't have to learn anything special, but you just have to put your clear intention out and be very honest with yourself about what your motives are. And this month, December, is where our shadow side's going to be triggered a bit more in when situations come up, our wanting us, that part of us, the wounded part, to want to, get back at someone or be mean back because you're feeling hurt. So it's going to challenge you. And this is not just going to be this time. Think about every time in your life where you feel you want to strike back at someone. You've got to pull back, walk away, whatever you need to do, and so you can shift the energy. But particularly December, this is bringing this energy up. And particularly, it's Christmas time when there's so much more going on. And of course, COVID, you name it, we've got it all happening. So be aware that it's may come up even more this month. So please keep that in mind and just remember to come from your heart space and make a clear intention that you really want to come and have a healing conversation with this person or group or whoever to shift this, even if they're in spirit. Doesn't matter. If you're clearing something with someone who's passed over, do it as well. It doesn't matter who it is. So what else can I say? And of course, when you're communicating how you feel, always use the I statement, I feel. Because if you say you're doing this, you're going to put a wall up straight away and they won't want to listen. So you can only say how you feel about a conversation, an issue. So practice doing that. Even practice before you have to speak to someone, maybe. Get that practice in and it will work. Even if you may not think it's making a difference, the main thing is you've gotten it out. That's the key to it all. So, yes. So we've got Jenny. How are you? So, Jenny, you're here. So what would you, is there a situation in a couple of words that you want to shift? If you can write something in the comment section, anything. What's your lunch break? Okay, just a word or two. Okay, maybe I'll do it anyway. Okay. I'm sure, you've probably got many people in your life, as we all do. And we all have people, they're there. This is part of a huge part of our spiritual growth, because relationships are the key. They're the foundation of our society. So, realize this is very important work. So, Jenny, you feel hurt by someone's actions towards you. Okay. Let's see what guidance I've got for you on that. Okay. So this person, you're not quite together at this point, but there's something that they're not showing, not maybe conversing with you, or you know about the whole situation, or they're hiding from you in some way. So it's saying to don't close your mind to them. I think it's about you initiating the conversation. um, and it's saying you'll be glad that you did it. You'll be glad that you persevered and did this action. Okay. You have to understand what it's coming up in you, what pain it's bringing up in you. It's probably old stuff anyway, and this person is the trigger for it. But this situation involves a solid relationship. You feel like you're always the one. I understand that. Sometimes this may be your lesson. This is one of your things in life to really get good at it. Maybe there's still parts of you that are uncomfortable with it, or it's just, yeah, maybe feeling more comfortable and really refining this and being honest with what you really want and what you feel would be the big thing. So yeah, I know for some reason it happens that way. It's not always easy. Yeah, and definitely you'll be glad that you made the effort. The cards come up for that. So keep going with it. But yeah, this situation involves a solid relationship. So uh, yeah, keep going with it. Okay. Don't give up, I would say to you. That's for sure. I don't know if that's helped. Let me know in the is that person trustworthy? Well, gauging these cards, I would say yes, but I'll draw something else. Okay. It's saying there's no need to worry. It's getting you to, maybe you need be helpful for you to go and talk to someone about all this stuff, because I think it's something that's come up before, and it's like really getting help for you to shift your energy around this issue, I feel. And because it's saying that the change will be really good. Yeah. And it's also, I think what I remember, you've got quite strong intuition, and it's getting you to really trust the intuition over your mind telling you things. So the fear bit is your mind. Remember that. And so it's really gauging what is in your heart. It's saying, whatever you feel, eventually you'll be all okay with it. Okay. No matter what comes out of the situation with this person, you'll be at peace with it, and you'll be glad you went through this whole experience, because it's taught you a lot. Definitely. Yeah. So don't be afraid of using, in this relationship, doing this work with it, no matter what the outcome. You'll be fine no matter what. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's like detachment, but like you want to be in it, but don't feel that it has to be everything. Like it's your whole life sort of thing. You still have that independence and be find things to make yourself happy as well. So you're not dependent on the relationship to make you happy. That is an important factor in this. Okay. Yeah, most definitely. So I think trusting yourself is the biggest issue here. And in the past, you may not have done that as well as you could, because you've got strong intuition, but you may not have used it as clearly. From, I think I remember a couple of different readings that there's parts of us that know, but we don't want to admit it, even when our intuition is telling us something. So see how you go. All right. I hope that's helped. Well, you're the only one here. Any other questions that you'd like around your relationship? Actually, I'm just going to try this deck with it. Christmas can be a really challenging time of year, and certainly can bring up a lot of stress and feelings of isolation and loneliness, but obviously the opposite, a lot of joy as well. But family gatherings can go all sorts of ways. So now is a good time to focus on that, and particularly if it's bringing up our shadow side, be aware of any family tensions that may be going there as well. And, it's a great time to really deepen the bond as well with each other. So certainly use the clear intention of and coming from the heart space if you're wanting to do that with anyone. Okay. I used this intention thing on the weekend, and I used it also just before the weekend. So I can tell you from experience, it really works. Jenny, it's confusing because continual disappointment. Yeah, this is why I feel going to talk to someone, because it indicated for you to get some help from someone. I feel you just need someone else to point out some clarity for you, how your beliefs. See, we've all grown up with different beliefs, and we let people disappoint us. So it's what your expectations are. And that's for everyone, not just you. But I feel you could just do with some extra support. You've got a lot going on. I know you've had a lot happen, and I feel you could do with that if you can. Just look after yourself in that way. And I feel that will give you some extra clarity. Again, it's your mind versus what your heart's trying to tell you gets in the way. And sometimes our expectation of past sets up the energy again over and over to be disappointed. So, yeah, I would probably go and see if you can talk to someone just to get that help. It'll help you so much, I feel, because it's a pattern that keeps reoccurring. And okay, and it's what you think. Sometimes it depends what the thing is that your expectation is, that you get disappointed all the time. So it's saying choose your battles in that way. It's like, do you have an expectation that may be greater than you need to have of a person or an event, or you're focusing on that so much? This is just what's come up. And it's how the card about giving and receiving. Again, do you allow yourself to receive? If you're always giving, that's going to set up a funny energy of you not feeling worthwhile. Then you'll see things where you're not being valued, that type of thing. So again, it always comes back to us. What energy we have within inside us goes out into our aura. And when we do that shift, like on the weekend for me, when we do that internal shift, It shifts your energy around you, and what happens, you can feel it. I felt the difference between when I was in anger and resentment, and then when I really cleared that and set my intention and I was truly honest about that's what I wanted. It shifted. I felt the difference. So somehow in your relationship, you need to do this for yourself. So I just feel you need a bit of extra support at the moment. So what you want, what you would love, will manifest. And so, you know, you have to start really just being yourself. You're not angry, but if you're disappointed, there is anger there. It's underneath. When you're disappointed, we all do. We have an expectation, and you feel down, but underneath, you've got to get to that realization that there's some resentment there and anger. And this is not just about now. This is about before, prior. So you need to search yourself for that more, because it'll be there. It's like the continual disappointment. You can't not be angry underneath. No one could. It's there. You just have to tap into it more and realize what it is, realize the feeling, where it's coming from. That's all. Yeah. And you'll find it. You will. Even just understanding that you are angry enough, the recognition can shift things. Okay, and why you're angry. Ask yourself questions. This is why I feel you might need a bit of extra help. Someone who's detached, who can ask you these questions and help you get to them. So, yeah, most definitely. I feel that will help you. But this is a lovely card. If you can see it. It's saying shine. Anyway, it's saying shine your light. It's like somehow you've got to find that love for yourself in there, because when you're disappointed all the time, you don't feel like you're worthy enough to receive something wonderful, to receive that love. You just need to think about that and really go into it. Okay. Well, we haven't got a big many people. You're welcome, Jenny. You're welcome. I hope that's helped. And anyone who listens to this later on, I hope that this short show, even if it's a short show, just helps you think about your own intention, and particularly what's going on in the world and in your relationships. Communication, there's many elements that make up every sort of relationship, and obviously communication is a huge one, because there can be so much misunderstanding when we can send mixed messages to what we say, to what we really mean, and people feel the different energy and there's confusion. So that's why it's so important to be really clear in your mind, but also in your heart, of what your real intention is, what your real feeling is, and be clear with yourself, and then you can be really honest in your communication. And that's really what we all need here, and not letting go of any judgment. That's the big thing, and that everyone should think like ourselves, because we're not going to do that. We've got to let that go, and that's what we want in the world. We need this in the world. So again, as I say, if you do this work on yourself, you are helping the planet move towards where we want to go, not this. It's the old way is the way of blame, or the way of you're right, I'm right, you're wrong, that type of thing. It just does not work. This is where it's got us. So we're in the breakdown of that, and whatever happens and whatever we're going through, it's how you speak and act towards others will create the shift. And the more we'll do this, the quicker the better change can come. So it seems no one else wants a reading today, and that's fine. I love doing readings. I love helping people. So that's okay. I'll be certainly doing another one and more readings. and I've got another one before the end of the year, and I'll be starting off the new year again, and I'm really looking forward to that. So I wish you all well, and I will. Oh, Del, we've got someone just coming. You're lucky. I was just about to end the show because there was no one else here. Okay, Del, yes, you can certainly get a reading. So, Del, could you put in your date of birth, like the day, month, and year for me in the comment section? Now, remember, this is about what you need to understand about your relationships. How can you communicate better? What may be in the way of that? So if you can put that in the comment section, your day, month, and year, that would be great. Just get some cards ready. Thanks, Del. Okay. Okay. Well, Del, you've been born with good determination. So whatever you set your mind to, no matter how many setbacks, you'll just get up and go again. So that's a blessing to have. And certainly, probably you've got a bit of a challenge in your communication about sort of really feeling okay about being vulnerable and speaking that. That's probably your biggest challenge. You've got a good range of what your emotional life and your soul, your expression, but you probably need a bit more grounding as well. You've got a humanitarian. Let's see how we can help you. Oh, excuse me, I just threw all the cards on the floor. It's all the energy that's in this deck here today. So I think it was nearly the whole deck went on the floor. That's funny. So this will be an interesting reading, Del. Okay, we'll start again. Right, here we go. Okay, Del, it's indicating that this is about a soulmate, you and a soulmate. Okay. There's still parts that you need to learn about each other, those deeper parts. Do you have your soulmate's birth date? If you wanted to put that in the comment section, that would help. It's saying really you need to trust and have fun. Don't get too serious. And your nature may be one to be a little bit serious. Just try and lighten things up, because that's how you can open up communication more easily, even going into more serious things. So just remember to have fun and bring in that lightness. And sometimes that is a doorway. It may not seem it, but it can be. Oh, thank you for that. So 29th, 2nd, 6. Now, you've got good intuition, but this person has very strong intuition, actually, very creative as well. Both, I can see communication is a big thing for you both, actually. You both have the same challenge around your communication. So I dare say it's probably going to take you to initiate the conversations or what you need to say. But yeah, and also he's certainly, I think it's a he. Yes, problem with communication, yeah. Both of you have been born with it, and it's a challenge that you've come in with to try and work through, and you've come together to do this. This is a soulmate relationship. So maybe you may have had difficulties in the past, but you've come in specifically together to work on this issue. So it's like you've got there's a foundation there because of that soulmate thing, but you definitely both need to work on it. So even if you talk about the fact that you both need to work on communication, just to be open about it, and the vulnerability that you both need to learn to feel. So he's Piscean. Yeah. So he's water, deep water, and you're fire. So different natures definitely would depend on your rising signs as well. But yeah, different natures. So you're going to go about things differently and feel things differently. But you've definitely come together to be together. So yeah, having the fun. Hang on, I'll just do some more cards. Different backgrounds, even how you've been brought up. So he's probably maybe neither of you are good at sort of opening up about things in the past that have happened, because that's indicated there. And for you also, there's something around one of your ex-partners, some probably hurt, I would say, and I would say it's around trust, trusting to open up to someone. And your partner may be even the same, so you may be dealing with the same thing. Often when couples come together, they're reflecting the same issue, but come from different angles with it. So yeah, it's like love and hate it's in the same energy, but they're opposing. But so what you may think he's totally different, but when you break it all down, you both have an issue around trust somewhere. But for you, it's around an ex-partner. So speaking up, definitely, to stop codependency, either for you or both of you, really. It's codependency is a two-way street. So you both aren't saying enough, so the other person understands more why you feel or why you do what you do. So it's just getting over that initial awkwardness. So that's where the fun needs to come in, and then you can come out. You depend on him so much, right? Okay, so it's saying, you need to love yourself first. It's not saying that you be totally selfish, but you obviously depend on him, but you may not think you can do enough for yourself. That may be one thing that you're not capable. There may be something in there that you need to do. The future, I don't necessarily do futuristic stuff because much depends on you. This is a relationship you've definitely come in to work on, and if you work on this is what's going to change it for the better. So none of us can avoid, if we want things to change, we have to do the work ourselves. It just doesn't instantly change, because when you change, he will shift, most definitely. There's no other way around it, because you're connected, you're very connected. So when you let go of your fear and start being yourself and doing what you need to do for you, he will shift, and you speaking up. So no matter what future, even if it was a different relationship, you would still have the same stuff to work through. But it's not, the conversation thing. I don't feel you know him well enough yet. I don't know how long this person you've been together, but I feel it would renew your relationship and feel like a new relationship. That's the depth, that's the power of creating change. So often people look for someone else, and without doing this work and thinking that another person's going to change it. But I feel you can change this relationship, and for the much better, definitely. But you have to be honest with him as well. He has to be committed to that. Any reading is only like the possibility. It all depends on us, what happens and what we do in it. So you definitely releasing energies or whatever around your ex-partner. And so you start doing more for yourself as well, what you need to do for you. And definitely the communication will shift this relationship for the better, for sure. That's my prediction. It's certainly got potential for great change and being very happy. Okay, but it will take work, that's all. But have more fun. Maybe you bogged down in things and don't know how to create that fun in your relationship or in life, actually. I mean, life's gotten a bit serious for everyone. It's just trying to find something to give you more joy. And yeah, he may feel resentment if you depend on him a lot. You're so serious. Yes, more fun then. That will shift the energy, the dynamics between you. You'll rediscover each other again. Get more fun in your life, most definitely. Yes, your nature is to be a bit that way, and it's not that it's bad. It's just that life isn't about being so serious. It's like more fun, definitely. Definitely that's your homework, to find more fun. And that, even if he's a bit reluctant, draw him out and just find that in yourself, and that is infectious. He can't not be affected by it, okay? So definitely major homework on fun, whatever you can do, and bring that joy. And a lady I gave a reading to quite a few years ago, I love sharing this story because it's so wonderful. Her and her husband she was ready to leave him, and she dragged him, but got him to go to this workshop on appreciation, and how probably every day or whatever, whether you tell each other, I think telling each other, but also in your own mind what you appreciate about that person, it totally transformed their relationship into a very loving, like amazing relationship. Their children were just shocked, like in a nice way, but it was totally changed their relationship, and so happy, and so felt that love again and that joy. They were like a young married couple. That's what she said. So if they can do it, you can do it. You're just too serious, you two. Just have more fun and appreciate yourself, obviously, but see what you appreciate more. You would love that a lot. Yeah, it was pretty amazing. It's a great lesson for ourselves, for everyone, no matter what, even if it's a friendship or whoever, to focus on the appreciation, because that will expand more and you will see more of that in each other. And yes, the other's still there, but it'll be a lot less visible, or a lot less focus on it. You'll see what's great about the other person, and they need to do that for you, but definitely do it for yourself. Okay. Yes, we all want to be appreciated, and to tell someone how much you appreciate them, that opens your heart, yours in giving, but also to receive that. You feel that self-love. So yeah, it's a wonderful thing. That's something that's very important. So I hope that has helped there, Del. I'm glad you made it in today. That's great. So yes, and your partner, if he's not being creative, you're so welcome. If he's not being creative, that would really make him happy too, if he can find some outlet for that. Because when someone's born with a lot of creativity and they're not channeling it in some way, it can feel a lot of frustration and you can shut down more. So whether you can tell him, help highlight his creativity or support him in some way, and yourself, of course. But definitely him. You're very much a person of a lot of humanity, and he is too. But yours is quite strong. So, well, that's good. Also, don't forget about yourself. You need to be cared for as well. Okay. Cool. All right then. Well, no one else in at the moment that I can see. So we may close off today unless someone comes in the last minute as I'm talking. I hope so. That'd be great to do one more, but can't see anyone. So I'll say goodbye again today and wishing you, I won't see you, I may do on Christmas or before Christmas, so I'll keep you posted. So I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful day or evening, wherever you may be, and stay safe, stay happy, and look after yourselves. Okay, bye for now.